Turn it off. Yeah.
Running out of the Shamrock Community Center, partnered with a paramedic from IEMS, and we serve mostly the 46201 zip code, concentrating on quality of life issues and folks that are overutilizing the 911 system. And in the process, we're able to do a lot of community policing and community paramedicine out of the same car. As far as we know, it's the only place in the United States doing it this way. We've seen a lot of success. More than anything, we are combating the epidemic of loneliness through building some relationships.
In almost anything that you do, it seems like when you get somebody that does something wrong, it seems to overshadow 10 to 20 things that are good. So it takes so much more for the positive things to be said out there rather than the negative things. So the narrative has to change through social media, through TV, different ways to be able to showcase or to be able to have things shine within a certain company or businesses of things that are good, instead of just overlooking them and not paying attention to them. It seems like everything's a headline when it's bad, instead of things that are happening out that are good, like delivering babies or, you know, saving someone's life. Those get overshadowed over somebody blowing up a building. So I think the narrative has to change somewhere along the line, and we as people have to be the ones to change that through being able to showcase things that are good that's happening out there, because there's more good happening than there is bad.
I watch officers every day sacrificing more of their personal time and resources to help folks that they're serving.
And safety.
Yeah, and safety. That does not go broadcast anywhere. I think the job that we do is often misunderstood. And if you're not taking the time to do things like you are today, ride along to see what it is that our world looks like from day to day, you get a better understanding. You get it a little bit more. Because there are moments in which the police just have to not be nice about the way they do some things.
When you talk about traffic stops, a lot of people say they do that, especially when you see them sitting off to the side and they catch people going 10 miles or 12 miles over the speed limit, is that they're just trying to get money. What is up with that?
Well, if I write a state violation, you would be shocked at how little money the city gets back. It's minuscule.
So they're not doing it just to pad pockets of the state or the city. They're really doing it just to try to control and be able to make sure that more people they pull over, the more they find people that shouldn't be behind the wheel.
Absolutely. And, you know, there is some truth to the fact that everybody travels, everybody's on the road. And you find a lot of people that, you know, law enforcement's looking for because they're in a car. The vehicle in front of us doesn't have their plate properly displayed.
And didn't use insurance.
10-7 traffic, 100 block North Denny. Gold Pontiac G6. He's pretty agitated, but he's pretty nervous. They live right here, so you know, at the end of the day, I got to decide, you know, is this worth continuing to take enforcement on the stop, or is this an opportunity to show that we're reasonable people? He just arrived home. These are some things that he can correct fairly easily with a warning. Those are all the things weighing through my mind.
One of the decisions when you're doing that, a lot of it has to do on their background, right? He doesn't have warrants. It's not like he has a whole history of anything when it comes up. Really, it's just a guy who was driving the vehicle, wasn't really licensed, but he's, through what you could see with all the information you guys gather, he's not a guy that causes a lot of problems.
This first house here, this is Bobby's house. Bobby used to fly a pirate flag. So when I saw his pirate flag, I always said that kind of sets the tone for the whole street. Come to find out, Bobby's an amazing artist. Most people would think he's a sketchy character. Ends up, he looks different, mohawk, everything else. But real talk, he's a good guy, real good guy. Engaged, meet his wife, meet his kids.
That dude's got a sidearm on.
Yes, sir.
See that?
47 Baker's Lane, apartment C, David on it.
You got a weapon? It's okay?
Yep.
Oh.
Overdose, you said? Control 669. Put me on assisting EMS at 47 Baker's Lane. Overdose run. So what I was saying about Bobby, fast forward 3 years, I was there when he got baptized in church. I was there when he got married in church. We got the guy a job doing some security work. He's now doing murals all over the neighborhood. Old graffiti artist. And we made a great story out of it. Now he's taken his side yard and he's made that a community gathering place with some gardens and some artwork. And when we do a block party, that's where we do it.
That's awesome.
This is an overdose run. We actually know the individual that we're responding to. And so much of what I encountered was mental health and drug addiction, and I just didn't have a lot of tricks in my trick bag to combat that. And so we added the medical component to kind of help us navigate the mental health portion of things. And really, so many of our folks, we're battling both. They've got a drug dependency issue, but it's really a drug dependency issue because it's masking mental health issues that's going on otherwise untreated. And so we add Shane to that scenario, which allows that medical component to things. But if I learned a lesson from any of it, it's if you aren't saying today's the day I'm going to get clean, today's the day I want help. If I can't act on that today, tomorrow, that's not going to be an offer that's on the table.
The amount of work that you guys are doing here in the police department and also here in Shepherd is amazing, because you're taking your on-job experience, right? And you're saying, listen, what we're doing in the state and in the government isn't working. But here, because you have your feet on the ground and you have your experiences in Shepherd and watching people go through different things and fail, and you're saying, this is what works. I know it works because I'm on the ground doing it. And now you're actually seeing you put it to work. Being able to see what's not much in that building, but here in the building, the things you guys are doing here, being able to see that and then actually see it actually play out in your work environment, and how you're being able to use the two, the police department, Indianapolis Police Department, and of course Shepherd, and using those two things together, being able to give people opportunities to be able to, hey, listen, just like that call today, where somebody was having some problems and was abusing drugs, and you're like, hey, listen, there's a place for you. If you want to stay and you want to try to get yourself in a better place, here's some counseling. And to me, man, that's huge to be able to do that on the spot, because everything else we see right now is, hey, almost the empty promises or the empty advice where they're saying, hey, you got to get clean. Okay, but how do they don't know? You're giving them an opportunity to go, here's how. Well, dude, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for being here. Definitely an experience, man.